Hello, good morning. I hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend. It's Monday morning. It's back in the snake facility in Jared. We have got some beauties here to show off today. It is the Firefly Hypo Pieds project. They're all out of shed and we're going to be setting up today. Jared and I have prepared 8 hatchling L5s for them, and just take a look at them out of shed, Jared. They're in their shedding box. That's what we've got.
Hello.
Yep. You can see they've all shed out and they're all characters. They're really beautiful, and
it's always a bit messy when you have that many snakes in one tub.
So if I actually show you the full lot, there you go. You can have a good look and see. So Jazz identified them, and I don't think we've hit anything that looks like a wild snake. Everything is either hypo or pied, which is amazing. We've got 8 eggs. We should have got a couple of double hets that are kind of looking wild, Jared, but we've managed to
didn't get any. Everything's hypo, everything's pied.
Yeah, I think we've done incredibly well. So really happy with that. So let's start, Jared. What have we got?
2 fire hypos at the start.
The 2 fire hypos. Let's bring up.
There.
Right, there's one here as well, I believe. Let's just bring this one out and just show you how beautiful this is. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't that just beautiful? So that is the Fire Hypo Pied. Has it got pastel in, Jared, or not?
I'm not sure actually.
But I think if they have pastel, the head stamp goes a more grey. So I think this is a Fire Hypo Pied, and look what the fire does, Jared. Isn't that beautiful?
Stunning.
Really lovely, and they hold their colours. In fact, they'll get brighter with every shed, and that's why we like the hypo.
They get like a grey neck, don't they? It almost looks paradox.
It's
like
beautiful.
a mirror or something.
It's so beautiful, Jared. I really love it. I really love the what fire is doing to the pied. Fire normally reduces the amount of pattern, but for some reason we've been blessed with a lot of pattern on these, Jared, which is what we want.
Yeah.
Really good. So powerful going forwards, and we'll be doing lots of collaborations with various breeders. Today's video is all about working with other breeders, and we'll come back to that subject later, but we'll just show you some snake candy. So Joe, where's this one going?
Right at the bottom. This one start with the fire hypos.
Oh,
then,
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. I got it completely mixed up.
We'll have to put it back and get it after.
Okay, so which one's the fire hypo, Joe?
So fire hypos 2. That one there and that one there.
Okay.
The ones with the darker heads.
So, okay, so if I can try and get those without getting bitten. That one there, you say?
That one's one.
Okay.
Peel them out. So there's a fire hypo.
That's a fire hypo, and it's 66% het 4 pied. So that's a beauty. Yeah, you can show them off if you like and put them in there. And then the next one, is it this one here? Is that a fire hypo as well?
Yeah, that's a fire hypo.
So they look just like the father, really, Archie, effectively. We can check to see if they've got any pied markings, Jared, as well. So I'll put this one back, and then let's have a look and see if we can ID them for pied. Now, what you're looking for on the pied marking is you're looking at merged alien heads at the tail, which he has. See the merging of the alien heads? They go into chaining, and he's got tracks as well. So this one I think will be pied. There's your tracks. So I would say that's het pied, Jared. I don't know if you saw those tracks, but I can show you those again. And you zoom in on the tracks. They're down the side of the belly. See those little tracks?
Yeah.
So I think we've hit the banger there, Jared. That's beautiful. So he goes there.
Yeah, so those are the 2 fires.
Yeah. Should we have a look at the other one, see if he's got tracks? Now these are likely to be available, aren't they, Jared?
Yeah, we won't need them.
So we've probably got with the visuals.
They got het pied as well.
So they've got the tracks. They've got the merging of the alien heads on the tail, and sometimes you look for ringers as well. Have they got any little ringers poking up from the bottom? Can't see any, but I think we've hit it lucky on those 2. So I think they're both, though they're 66% chance of hitting pied, the nice thing about the pied genetic is that you can virtually tell whether you got a het pied. So it's
I need
very,
to add that.
Yeah.
Het pied.
Yeah. Have you not added that to it?
Just a fire hypo.
Okay. So Jazz labelled them all up, but we will need to put down what they are. So let's just slip those back in.
And the bottom 2.
Okay. Right, Jazz, the next ones.
Then we've got 3, what I believe are Firefly Hypo, 66% het pieds.
And which ones would you say are those?
All the other ones that aren't pieds.
Right, so let's get this one out. So this has now got
So this one is, I'm guaranteed this one's pied, het pied.
And how do you guarantee that,
Look
Jared?
at the ringer on the back.
Oh yeah. There's your ringer. So the pastel tends to give more ringers. And
So
you
that
can
one
see-
I'd almost guarantee is.
Look at the influence. There's a
100%
fire pattern on that ringer as well, which we've got on the main visuals. Which you can nearly miss that, but the fire's also coming through on the ringer. It's really pretty. See the fire impact? Fire pastel, that
It's
is.
a lovely snake. Fire and pastel together, and you can see the head stamps a lot
Yeah.
lighter.
And we should really sex these as well, but I think what we'll do is we tend to sex them later, don't we, Jared?
Yeah, get them set up, give them a
Yeah.
meal.
You don't want to be upsetting them before you feed them, so the idea is minimal
Play.
play. Yeah. So it looks as though we've hit the het pieds on these. This is fantastic, Jared.
Alright, and then
This one here?
Yep, that one's fire pastel.
Right.
You can see the fire at the sides, and then the light head is the pastel.
Coming out, buddy. I might have to take him the other way here.
Yeah,
Oh, he's decided to come. So that one is a firefly as well, is it?
Yep.
Has it got the
Got the
pied
fire.
markings on it? A ringer or tracks? Should we see if it's got tracks?
This one's less likely to be pied.
There's some small tracks on that side. See the little tracks there?
They're all broken up though,
Yeah.
which makes me think that it might not be.
Yeah.
Normally with the pie they'd be connected.
Yeah. I love their grey head stamps though, they're beautiful.
But it's always potential that it could be het pied.
Yeah.
Even without tracks or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other one you said was this
That
one here.
there, yeah.
Now we've got these little fruit flies that, since we've opened up that inlet, Jared,
Yeah, the little flies coming
fruit
in.
flies are coming in from the garden, so you're seeing fruit flies everywhere. We're going to have to get their grids on there pretty soon, but they are harmless. They don't feed on snakes, they feed on their poo and their bedding. And you can see that these little fruit flies are proven to be
They're
annoying, but they're not dangerous for the snakes or
No.
for us. But here you go, you've got another one of these. And again, any ringers, any marks on those? I can't see any tracks on this at all, so I think this one's unlikely to be pied. So I think those two probably are, and that's 2 out of 3 are supposed to be anyway. So I would guess that these two are het pied and this one is not pied at all, but I might be wrong. So we'll put those back, Jared, in their setups.
So there are 3 fireflies.
Yep. But look how chilled they are. They're not striking me, they're not biting me, they are ultra chilled. But come on, back you go. Gonna get bitten now.
That's unbelievable.
Spoke too soon, Jared.
Yeah, I always wait until they're in the hide.
It's amazing when there's rats in the facility, they soon change to their feeding instincts. But right now they're like little babies, so cute.
That's the last one.
Yeah,
The
that's,
head pattern on this one's cool. I don't think we mentioned that.
Okay.
It's almost broken up, like the neck goes into the actual head.
Oh yeah.
It's really cool actually.
Yeah. And look at the oranges on the. That's where you got
That's
the.
actually a beautiful snake, that one.
Yeah, that one is absolutely gorgeous, and it may be because if there's no het pied in it, you're getting the full impact of the orange ghost on there. So
Nice snake.
beautiful snake. And the
then-
pastel makes the grey head stamp go grey. Can you see how grey that goes?
Yeah.
Very similar to Desert Ghost in some ways. Yeah. Right.
And then we're down to the last 3, the big 3. Well, the big 2 and then the beautiful one.
Yeah.
That pied is stunning.
So these are the 3 pieds. So let's start with the one that isn't hyper, but it is beautiful. This is a fire pastel pied, which is again potentially 60. I don't know. It will be 100% het
100%
for
het,
because
that was visual.
yeah, this is 100% het. So this is a very powerful animal. If it's a girl, Jared, we'll keep her for future breeding. If it's a boy, it's likely to be available. Absolutely stunning.
The pattern, I think this is my favourite sort of pie that's got almost more pattern than white.
Just look at the
But
pattern.
still a good
Look at
chunk
the
of
pattern.
white.
Look at the pattern on that. I love that freckly pattern going through there, Jared. Isn't it lovely? And look what the fire does to the dorsal. It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
It's a beautiful snake.
Yeah, I really like it. And look, you've got a lizard on its back.
Like an axolotl.
Yeah.
If it's a boy, we'll call it Axel.
Yeah. Beautiful, Jared.
It's
Absolutely
like
beautiful.
either axolotl or a Pac-Man frog.
Yeah. Either way, it's good news. And that's what you love. You
So
love
he's in
the
this
variety.
one, yeah.
The variety. Now, let's make sense of what we've got here, Jared. I would say
That one's Firefly and that one's Fire.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, you can see. From
So I
the
think we
head
get the
patterns.
fire first, then we get the combined Firefly and the absolute banger. But look,
Although,
once
having
you
said that, I think this one's even prettier.
actually looking at it, that might be pastel, Jad.
The head on that one is so bright though.
Yeah.
If you look at them side by side,
I just
I
love
can get you this one's head.
I love this emoji though. Yeah, I think you're right.
You can
That
see
one's got the
difference.
pastel. So actually, less is sometimes more here, I think, because I prefer this one.
You come over here and
It's
get
not as
it.
genetically as powerful, but I prefer the look of it. So just look at that beautiful, crazy.
It almost reminds me of like a vanilla.
Yeah. So what would you say, Jan? That's so pretty, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Really, really pretty. I just really love the Hypo Pieds with fire in. So that's what you've got there. And beautiful, beautiful. Going to be genetically, this is going to be very powerful, Jared. Now I'm guessing it's that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to take off the pastel part because I didn't look at the heads properly.
Okay.
But yeah, this one's definitely the Firefly Pied.
So here's the banger, and just look at the colours on that back by the pastels making it pop. Really pretty. That's what you get, the same effect with the Desert Ghost, Jared. Beautiful. You don't get as much fire pattern because the pastel is taking away a lot from the fire.
The line down the back there is cool.
But the line down the back is absolutely seriously good. And again, look at the neck pattern, Jared. Beautiful. And the grey neck and the grey head. It just a beautifully balanced snake, Jared.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely. And it's been 5 years since we've been trying to hit these.
Yeah, this is the third clutch.
Third clutch. It's taken us 3 clutches to get to where we want, and that just goes to show how patience is the name of the game. That one's having a little drink. Look, see it? Beautiful. Right. So I think, to be honest with you, I think this is my favourite without the pastel.
Yeah, same.
So hopefully.
And this one's patterns are my favourite here with not
Yeah.
the hypo.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely gorgeous, Jared.
Lovely snakes though.
Yeah, really, really happy, and it's going to be interesting to see how they do with their feeding and how they do with the sexing once we sex them. So let's put these back and we'll
scribble off this pastel.
yeah, we will relabel them, Jared. And we'll add the pieds, het pieds or 66
Yeah, I've got to add that.
pieds as well. But
Having a Monday morning moment.
yeah, it's all right, Jared. Well, this takes a while to get going on Monday mornings, but what a wonderful way to start your week. So, now, while we're on the moment of hatchlings, Jared, the next job we're going to do is set up a shedding tub for our Axanthics. They've all come out of the eggs, and we'll bring those out and we'll set those up. Now, what we'll do is I'll maybe use a new, clean, fresh tub.
Yeah, get a new one.
Here's one that I prepared earlier. So we'll put some paper in there. We'll just make sure that everything's clean. You pass me the Viv clean. So what we do is we disinfect any new tub. So we give that 10 to 20 seconds to have its effect before we wipe off. A lot of people make the mistake of cleaning too early. Let it sit for a bit, let it do its job. Once it's done its job, we'll wipe it down and then we'll put some paper towels on the top. We've also prepared, Jan, if you want to grab it behind you, some warm water as well. So this is how we would set up a shedding box. For those new breeders out there that haven't done this before, you want obviously to get it nice and sterile. These are babies that have just come out of the egg. The last thing you want them to do is to catch anything. And just by giving that a good clean down, like that, that will then be the way to go. Now, 1 or 2 people are concerned about having too wet a snake, and I get that because you can get issues with snakes being too wet. But there are times when you do want to, and this is a classic example, they need to be high on the hydration side because they come out of 100% humidity. We've had snakes sit in their water bowls in and out for 3 or 4 days, and they've not had any scale rots or any RI issues. And I think 1 or 2 breeders out there that maybe don't have the full knowledge or experience sometimes over worry about the water saturation in the bedding. Now I think it's a good point to raise that you've got to be careful not to have them too wet, but we've kept hundreds of snakes over 7 years and we've never had an RI issue as a result of oversaturated paper. And when you have a new snake coming into the facility, they're kind of dehydrated on the journey. So what that does, it allows you to rehydrate them and also if there's any mites on the snake, you'll see them better because they'll die in the bedding, because if it's too wet for them, they won't like that. So I think that there's a couple of good reasons to actually have damp bedding. You wouldn't want that to be long term. It's only when you have long term damp bedding that the scale rot occurs, but these snakes are designed to survive going
a couple of days of water.
A couple of days of water, it's not going to hurt them. So anyone out there that's concerned about it, I wouldn't be concerned. And you'll see what we do here. So to allow them to shed out, of course, is the main reason. So we've got warm 80-degree water here. Wet it down. Be generous with that. Don't be frightened to get in there.
And these paper towels are good. They really absorb the water.
You've got to remember, on a heat spot, I mean, the girl that I set up on the weekend, Jan, which we've inspected, she's already dried out. I mean, I started with quite a lot of water in there when she came because I thought she needed to be hydrated, and that will help her. So it's not going to be a problem, guys. But what you want is you want to be able to make sure there's enough water for them to shed out comfortably, because you don't want hatchlings stuck in shed. That's the last thing you need. So hopefully that's answered the question that we have from a fellow fisherman out there who does a tackle review, I think his name is. Don't really know the guy, but obviously hopefully that helps you understand why we do what we do. We've not had a problem with scale rot, and hopefully you can then apply these principles to your own collection, but obviously be wise with that. You don't oversaturate your snakes, because obviously that's a good point to raise, but there's a way of doing it. So hopefully that's answered your question. Now the next thing we do is we give them 2 water bowls. Now you might think to yourself, why are we giving them 2 water bowls? Well, actually it's all to do with hydration. That's where you get the hydration up without wetting the bedding. So you have 2 water bowls instead of 1. So what we do there is we will actually clean these water bowls, disinfect them, get those in as well, and then we'll set up the Axanthic clutch. So it won't be a second. Jared, if you want to have a look at some other snakes while I do this.
The Ultramale Clowns are doing really well at the moment. This one's taking a few meals, going into shed, and when it's in shed it almost already looks like a hypo. It almost looks like a hypo Ultramale Clown. But she's doing amazing. This boy's taken 2 meals now. You can already see the difference in the size, so that's why it's so important to get them onto food as soon as you can. But also they're babies, so they do take time. They look really nice. And also the clowns from that clutch too. I think they look amazing. Some of the patterns they've got. They're also very feisty, but they look lovely. And the other one's there. Really pretty clowns. Champagnes are doing well as well. They look good. They've had a couple meals in them now. This one in particular I really like personally, and this is a cinnamon champagne het pied. You'd think it's a pied, but it's not. It's got these lovely black lines around the champagne part. Almost looks like a toy. Lovely snake though.
Yeah, the champagnes are coming on beautifully now.
Yeah, they're doing really well. And then I'll show you the other one, which is even darker.
Yeah, I do like them very much so, yeah.
Back to the water.
So I've given these a deep clean, Jared. They haven't been sprayed yet with the this fifth clean. It basically kills salmonella. You can see it's ideal for vivariums as well as rubs.
And bowls too.
It's very friendly to reptiles, so it's actually a nice gentle, effectively a disinfectant effectively, but it's a gentle one. So we just spray that down, give that a few seconds just to do that, and then go in with the tissue. Again, all these things are really good. It helps to maintain the cleanliness of your snakes, and it reduces any risk of problems. So it's very important to do proper preparation when you're setting up a shed box. Some people allow them to shed in the incubator jar, and that's okay too.
Fine, yeah.
There's no, we prefer this method, and I think the reason being is mainly because it's cleaner, but also we run out of space as well. Because we've been so close to kind of being at capacity on 2 incubators We have a third backup, which we will have, but I didn't want to fire it up, to be honest with you. So we then go in with the 2 water bowls. So there's the one, and then Jared, if you want to top those up as well. So that's the back of the situation, Jared. You put that's right. That's the front. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
That is going to take forever.
Yeah. So lovely fresh water. We go again. While you do that, I'll go and get the Axanthics.
Obviously, while they're shedding, this is perfect, but you wouldn't have them like this all the time.
The other thing we do is we need to get them a hide. Now, people say, why bother with the hide? You can see that the previous clutch loved that hide, and they've just come out of an egg, so it makes sense to us to give them a hide.
It gives them something to shed on as well. Like
yeah, absolutely. So what we'll do is I'll give that a good clean, Jared. It gives you a chance to show what I've done. I spent 6 hours yesterday, Jared, cleaning and preparing and moving up 4 new snakes. Everything in black at the moment, Jared. While I clean this, why don't you just have a look at the black tags to see what we've moved up?
Yep. So this is an ultra male het pied gal. Who's done a poo, hidden in her hide. We'll have to get that. And then her sister, Swish, which is the same, but I prefer this one because of that patterns there. Beautiful patterns. Really like wobbly. She's a nice girl though. And then we've got the one that I think looks like an anaconda. Well, not as much anymore, but when it was first hatched it had loads of nice spots. And then Pastel leopard, het DG, het clown, possible het cryptic. I think that's a girl as well. We'll get a nice size to them. I think that's all the ones that have moved up. We'll have a look at this girl. It's my GHI, Mojave GHI, with yellow belly in her, het hypo. And she's stunning. Probably one of my favourite genetics right here.
Right, Jared, I've cleaned up the hide. So again, we just spray it down, give it a few seconds, disinfecting, deep clean, give it a few seconds just to make it effective. And then we've got a situation where they've got somewhere to hide, and that will just give them the extra security. So all this preparation makes it, your feeding will go better, because a lot of people are struggling with feeding, Jared. But I think going to this level of detail, giving them good hydration, because animals go off food because they're not hydrated correctly. They're too dry. And if you get the hydration and the temps right, they're more likely to feed. So there's a very important part of your husbandry will affect your ability to grow your animals and your ability to breed. So if you get it right from day one and you give them really good conditions, remember they're coming out of 100% humidity, Jazz, so they need 70 to 80% minimum to get to feel comfortable. So I think a lot of people don't realise that, and I think it's important to get that humidity right. So I think we've got now a nice clean hide for them. So it's now the reveal on whether or not we did actually hit that Axanthic clown, because over the weekend, Jared, we got the feeling that we may have actually hit an Axanthic clown, but now's the reveal as to whether we did. So let's have a little look and see if we can ID them as well. They're not out of shed yet, but when they're out of shed, hopefully we will be able to get a better ID, but I think we can get a pretty good ID now, Jared, so we'll give that a shot. How are we doing for time as well?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, so this will be the last part of the film.
Yeah, there was one that when it had its head out, almost looked like it could be a Axanthic.
I personally think it's the influence of the het Axanthic
Yeah,
that
for
you're
sure.
seeing there. I don't think we've hit an Axanthic clown, if I'm honest. And you'll see, but we've actually hit some really good odds. So let's have a wee look and see where we are. So we were very blessed to hit, again, all visuals. I don't think we've got anything in there that isn't a visual. But I can see we had 7 eggs. We've either got clowns or
There's one in there
Axanthics.
that's not a visual.
So we've got 1 out of 7 has smashed the odds again. We've been so blessed this season, Jared. So blessed.
Certainly have.
So
there's some supers in there too.
Yeah, I think we've got 3 supers, super pastels. But let's try and do an ID. I think the VPI Axanthic is beautiful, Jared.
Yep.
So should we start with this one here?
Pastel VPI Axanthic Het Clown.
Is that what you're going for?
Yep. Not super.
That is absolutely stunning. Still in shed. But look at those crazy patterns. Now, Nat and Matt fell in love with these. They've got our Gothic family, Snake family, who would love one of these. Rich would love one of these. He loves his Axanthic as well, Jared. So we'll sex them once they're out, and we'll see what we want to keep and see what's available. The lavender, black-haired lavender pieds have also been bought, Jared, and we were going to give a shout out to James and Kaz, who've actually bought one of them, Jared. Have you got a copy of their logo at all on your Instagram? You can do that.
I believe they're called Dovorian Family Royals.
They're based in Dover, and that's where the name comes from.
That's their logo.
Go give them some
That's their
support,
Instagram.
guys. Lovely. They've just had a beautiful addition, a baby in the family as well. So we wish you really well with that and baby's development. But they're going to come down and visit us, like Richard's family, and they're going to pick up their snake personally. And we're looking forward to seeing you in person. We've known them for 7 years, but we kind of haven't ever met, just like Richard. And I think it'd be lovely to do that, Jared. Let's go on to the next snake.
This one I think is a super.
So this is your super. Now the reason why we think this is a super Axanthic, Jared, what would you say, is the giveaway signs there.
It's a lot more white. The head is a lot more white.
Yeah.
And looks different to this one in here.
Yeah.
Which if you put them side by side,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you can really see the difference.
Yeah. Now we could be checking for Het Clown markings on these. They have a white tip on their tail, which is what this one does. So that could be Het for Clown. You've got the dripping over the alien heads, which is the second thing that causes. See all this dripping down? This is another telltale sign. And then you've got to look at the neck pattern is the other thing to look for. And it has got a short neck pattern coming off. So there's a good chance that one will be Het for Clown if you went on the markers alone. But we can shed test them, Jared. But that's a massive building block. If it's a girl, fantastic. Even a boy, because we could then grow him up and replace the father, and that will give us some options.
The other reason we think it's super, or no it's super, is the dad was a super and the mum was a pastel. So
Yeah.
50% of the baby should be super.
Yeah.
And you can see, if I zoom in, the difference between the two.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on now to the last Axanthic, which is this one here. They're all kind of, see how the family, they like to stay together. But let's see whether we can pull this one out. And I think here, Jared,
Super.
we've got a second super here.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Two
means
super
that,
pastel.
it means that if we breed with it in the future, the guaranteed pastel in the Axanthic is what you need anyway. So that's a very powerful animal.
And also, if we get a girl and we put it back to the dad, everything will be super pastel.
Yeah.
Which is big for Axanthics.
And let's see if it's got the Het Clown markings. Has it got the white tip on the tail? Yeah, white tip on the tail. Can you see that?
It's hard to get.
It's
in
very
focus,
subtle, but that's what a Het Clown needs. The other thing about the Het Clown markings is they're brighter than usual. And that's probably why you look at the brightness of these snakes, look at the blushing going through here, how bright it is. So not only is that the impact of the Super Pastel, it's the impact of the Het Clown influence. And it's got dripping over the side. If you look at how the alien heads drip down, crazy, crazy patterns, Jared. So I think there's another good chance that this one could well
Got his
be.
tongue out.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? How lovely is that? So, really, really beautiful snakes, Jared. Really beautiful. So there's your 3 Axanthics. You can get a picture of the 3 together if you like. I think that'd be a lovely, lovely picture. And as we've only got about 2 minutes left, Jared.
30 seconds actually.
30 seconds. We'll just have a
Power
quick.
through these quick.
We'll have a quick look at these.
We didn't hit an Axanthic Clown, but we hit 2 pastel, 1 super I think.
Yeah.
Killer Clown.
Super Killer Clown. And the other one we've got is a clown.
And then 2 normals actually.
And we've got 2, so we've got 5 out of them. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.